Welcome to another episode of Manage CI Startup Podcast, where we shine a light on pioneering ventures driving into innovation in agriculture and sustainability. Today, we are joined by Mr. Parikshit, the co founder of Earthy Companion Service Private Limited. Earthy Companion is more than just a waste management company, it is a waste to food circular economy knowledge and service platform. Their mission building value for, by, and of the farm and the community by integrating organic waste with soil regeneration practices. From providing composite as a service for housing society to delivering scientifically integrated composite solution to farmers, Earthy Companion is changing how we think about urban waste and rural agriculture. We are excited to explore the founder's journey and his inspiration, the impact they have made, and what the future holds for circular economy startup in India. So please join me welcoming Mr. Parikshit. Welcome to episode, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sonam.
So let's dive into the today's conversation. So, what inspired the companion to adopt a composite as a service model that bridge urban waste and rural soils?
Composting as a service, when we conceptualized it, history goes back to almost 4 years before even we started our work. So we started our work in 2017. Actually, I started farming in 2014. And when I started farming, I did all types of farming, like chemical farming, zero budget natural farming, organic farming. What I realized is any type of farming, if you want to do, you'll need a certain level of organic matter in your soil. Generally, by government, it's prescribed you have to have more than 1% soil organic carbon in your soil. What I realized is most of the lands in and around my farm were not having that kind of organic matter. And the only way to build this organic matter is to add compost, to have best practices in agriculture, like adding crop residue back to the soil, and so on. So I started searching for compost around myself. Then I started interacting with the farmers also around me, and I figured out that compost is a big challenge for the farmers. On the other side, my partner, Abhijit, who was actually working on composting machines in the city areas. And I was also staying in an apartment, and I saw that people around me were struggling with their wet waste. So this wet waste actually was becoming a liability because as per 2016 solid waste management rule, any housing society above 100 flats is supposed to manage their own kitchen waste. And for that, they will need to make a pit, a vermicompost pit, or they'll have to buy some machineries to actually process this waste. What we saw is most of the pits were stinking, they were going bad. Second is the machines were failing actually. And Abhijit was working on this solution. And what he figured out is he was making composting machines, and he saw that people are asking their maids or watchmen to actually take care of those machines as a process. And his system was also failing. And he figured out that the role of machines in the composting process is very little. And it was approximately in 2015 that we both started interacting. We took interest in each other's work. And during those interactions, what we realized is actually we can integrate these two. So the compost requirement in the farm and his composting service that he was trying to achieve through machines. And that was the time when we conceptualized our first compost manufacturing facility at a farm. That's how we actually came up with this. What we saw is in urban areas, composting as a service could be an opportunity.
Right.
When people may not be able to handle their own kitchen waste in such small areas where time is precious, where the space is not there, and the expertise that you need to handle the waste is not there.
Yeah, so in that way, you are solving the problem of urban and rural people at the same time, right?
Yes, that's how we thought of bridging these two resources actually.
Sir, can you share any early experience or challenges that helped shape that service Earthy Companion offers today?
Our first cluster of housing societies was 165 flats. First of all, composting as a service, there have been many attempts. Okay, many people are actually doing it in the market, but we wanted to create a sustainable solution which is viable and it has to run like a business. But the day when we actually started this, we never thought this would be a business. We started it out of passion because my passion was agriculture farming. I
Mhm.
had already farmed by then 4 years and
Mhm.
I wanted to increase organic matter in my soil. On the other side, Abhijit was actually looking at a sustainable solution where this waste gets processed
Mhm.
for the people. And this particular housing society had one enthusiast resident in that who actually wanted a solution, but she
Mhm.
said like we are going to do it on site
Mhm.
within their premises because that's the rule. So we
Mhm.
tried explaining her, it's as far as possible within your premises. Otherwise, you can take help of someone and you can resolve this problem. So
Mhm.
she insisted we have to do it within society campus. So whatever machines Abhijit was making, he actually installed those machines in the housing society.
Okay.
They started processing the waste over there
Mhm.
and they actually processed it for 3 months. Okay. Now,
Mhm.
after that, this particular ma'am who was very enthusiastic, she said, like, I operated this for 3 months and now I
Mhm.
want someone else to take it up from me
Mhm.
within the society and they should take it. And actually, no one came forward.
Mhm.
That was the time where she also realized and we too realized that composting is actually not a rocket science. If you
Mhm.
are an enthusiast, you can 100% manage it. If you
Mhm.
are a well aware sustainable lifestyle kind of a person, you will do it. But if you are asking this as a mass adoption, it won't
Mhm.
happen.
Mhm.
So this happened, and those people, started looking for solution again. So then that was the time when we suggested that
Mhm.
why don't you send waste to our site and we will
Mhm.
process it for you. And they
Mhm.
said like we are not sure about this. And then that was the time when we approached Pune Municipal Corporation for the first time, saying that we are going to do this. They said like okay, do it. So we said like give us the permissions. There's nothing like permission. You just take it and don't make a nuisance out of it. Then these people visited our farm. They actually looked at the site and they said like okay, this is how we had our big revolving pit at that time of processing the compost in that. And then they said, okay, what we want to do, we'll start sending the waste to you. So it's not like a contract, but we'll pay you monthly till the time we are not able to find out a solution. This was the society which was actually running their own vermicompost beds for
Mhm.
almost 12 years before this. Okay.
Oh.
But the problems of rodents and problems of stench and all had
Mhm.
made them look for another solution.
Mhm.
And they had one solution, like they would go to organic waste composter, those machines that come. And second option was they would start their own vermicompost beds. And third option was us. We provide them composting as a service for the
Mhm.
kitchen waste. And they are with us since then. So like those 165 flats are still working with us. In fact, their entire cluster of 465 flats in and around their housing society onboarded at that point of time. And the biggest challenge is service charges actually.
Mhm.
And they took the first step actually, and that's how we started our business.
So your platform offers a unique dual service approach, like urban and rural. So let's unpack that actually. So your website talks about composting service for housing societies and scientific compost for farmers too. So how do these services actually work?
Ask for a piece of land from the farmer. On this piece of land, we build a composting plant. This plant is designed by us. It has evolved over a period of time. Whatever compost will be produced in this composting plant will be given to the farmer in
Mhm.
exchange of land, water, and electricity.
Mhm.
Okay. On the other side, we ask the housing society to sign up with us to
Mhm.
provide them the kitchen waste. So they outsource their kitchen waste management to us. And we bring this compost to the plant. We make the compost out of it and give
Mhm.
it to the farmer. This is how it works. So it's basically integrating the urban houses to the farms where the composting facility is installed.
Okay. So let's talk about your customer. Like, how do you acquire customers, or like particularly urban housing societies and rural farmers also?
First of all, I would like to mention that this is not a demand business. There is a need of this service, but this is not a demand business. There is a particular challenge in this particular business that we do is people have kitchen waste management problem.
Mm-hmm.
But till date, the problem was solved by municipal corporations because they would come to your doorstep, pick up the waste. Before that, what we did is we would throw the kitchen waste or all the waste in a particular area
Right.
where the bins were installed. Okay, slowly the bins were removed by the government. Then they started doorstep collection. Then they went to segregation. So now we have to do wet waste separate, dry waste separate.
Mm-hmm.
So one is compostable, one is recyclable.
Mm-hmm.
And this entire process may have taken around 25 years actually. Since 2000 or 1998, this process started where they stopped actually putting bins in the common areas in municipal corporation. Then they started door to door collection approximately during the same time. Now people are aware, okay, they are supposed to separate wet waste, dry waste, and
Right.
that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now this waste was taken by municipal corporation. They used to process it, recycle it, convert it into compost, whatever. They stopped that. Now this responsibility was given to the housing society. This
Mm-hmm.
is that transition period where people have to yet realize that they'll have to pay for this. Either they pay it themselves by creating a facility within their premises, or they
Mm-hmm.
outsource it to people like us as a composting as a service and
Right.
outsource it basically.
Mm-hmm.
So the
Mm-hmm.
number one challenge is, though the problem is that people are not ready to pay for this service, the further the challenge increases manifold when the decision has to be taken by a community. So it's a housing society committee that has to take this decision
Right.
that okay, we have
Everyone
to
has
pay
got
out
to.
of our maintenance fund to actually take this service. There's a that's where the challenge is. So
Mm-hmm.
acquiring customers, it's mainly word of mouth, references. We've tried advertising, but if right now the waste is being picked up by Pune Municipal Corporation or
Mm-hmm.
somehow it's being managed within the society, they may not go for this service. It's only when someone complains about the stench or a failing composting facility within the premises, they'll start looking for solutions. There unfortunately happen to be two solutions. One is like we do it the official way, and second is someone else does a nuisance, takes it at a lesser price and actually get rid of the waste. So we are competing against those. The current format is that it's a subscription model. So we expect people to pay subscription amount monthly per
Mm-hmm.
flat per month through their maintenance funds, and we actually manage their kitchen waste.
Okay, so let's talk about like outreach channels. Like which outreach channels have worked best for you, like digital platform or either partnership or community engagement?
As of now, ma'am, we are pretty much early stage. We are most of the outreach is through municipal corporation representatives
Mm-hmm.
who also are facing challenge from their side that they want people to adopt composting
Mm-hmm.
as soon as possible, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And as a rule, they are not supposed to take kitchen waste anymore from the housing society. So we have got a lot of support from municipal corporation. So whenever a housing society is facing a problem, they would recommend our name saying that why don't you work with these people? And that's how it works. Second is distributing printed brochures. I would say word of mouth, someone who has already experienced our service would recommend our name to someone else. That's how we are looking at. As of now, digital, we have not been able to go that much deeper. We are
Okay.
still at one single plant. This is
Okay.
a decentralized model. So when we actually become bigger, like having more plants, maybe the digital media will help.
Yeah, so in this sector, like getting logistic right must be critical in your business, right? How do you manage the logistic between cities and villages while maintaining efficiency and sustainability too?
Number one problem is people working in this sector. If a particular community and economic strata works in this particular sector, that remains a challenge. To make it more lucrative, we have actually converted these people who used to work with us as entrepreneurs. So we have vehicle owners whom we have given a contract, long-term contracts, and they actually work with us as business owners, and that has worked fantastic with us. So the current vendor, actually, the
Mm-hmm.
logistic partner, is with us for last 5 years. And in fact, he has increased another vehicle into his stable. So he is prospering. That shows that we are doing something right.
Yeah, so impact is the heart of any sustainability startup like yours.
Right.
Like, so which part of your model have created the most tangible impact, environmentally or societally, socially? Right?
So this is protecting all this kitchen waste to going back into a large landfill. That's one of the metrics. It's per day kitchen waste that we process at our plant is are one of the biggest metrics. We started with 1 ton per day, and today we are working at 3.5 tons per day capacity. So that's one of the biggest metrics. So if we are doing 3.5 tons today, it's approximately 90 tons per month we are doing. That will actually lead to 30 tons of compost, which will increase the soil organic carbon of the soil and which will help him save on chemical fertilizers by increasing the efficiency of fertilizers. That's the entire impact we are looking at. And eventually, something that we have an ambition of is bringing this food back to the community. So, right now, we have 5,000 flats, urban residents for whom we are giving this service. And we would like to provide them with this same food where their kitchen waste is going. And farmer also gets some ready customers through that. So that's how we would like to attempt a waste to food circular economy.
Yes. So let's shift our conversation to growth part. Like, how are you currently marketing your services? Like, are you leveraging social media, any events or influencer campaigns?
As of now, our focus is whatever the pilot project is going on to make it work, make it viable. What I can tell you is I'm happy to inform that since we've joined Manage, we've actually doubled our capacity.
Okay.
And now we are at a level where we are breaking even operationally. So we don't have
Okay.
to put in from anything from our own pockets.
Okay, let's talk about your competitors. Like composting is gaining traction, and let's talk about your space in the market. Like, who are some of the main competitors in India in composting or agri waste management, and how is Earthy Companion different from them?
Composting as an awareness is making a big news, definitely. As business people are approaching individual people. As a community, the composting still restricts to OWCs and vermicompost, actually. So the main competitors are people who are giving community solutions to the composting. We believe end-to-end service, compost service provider is unique. Again, I would like to say that composting is not a rocket science. Compost should go back into the soil is not a rocket science, but actually making it happen every day, back to back.
Back
So
to back.
we've been doing 2017 and now we are in 2025. That's something that we believe is our achievement. So providing composting as a service to people who actually are facing the composting problem, where they are not able to manage their own kitchen waste. Again, I'll restrict myself to housing societies, not the hotels or the market yards, because here we are charging people a subscription fee for generating this waste that will help you manage this waste, process this waste.
Okay, so like impact often come alive through real story, right? So can you share a memorable example, maybe a housing society that transformed its waste habit or a farm that saw real improvement from your compost?
The farmer with whom we are working right now is using this compost as of now. That's a commercial farm. It's a 100% organic certified farm. When we started farming, we have done a study of 3 years by using this same compost and seeing the transition. So the soil organic carbon of my soil was 0.22%, and it increased from 0.22 to 1.23%. So that impact led us actually to expand this into a business.
So what kind of feedback do you most often hear from your clients, like whether the farmers or your like urban customers?
They are definitely happy. Again, we interact with the communities. That's the committee of housing society, and they are very happy with the service. They appreciate long-term association. There has been no attrition in our clients, which is the receipt of our acknowledgement of our quality of work.
So, what major achievements or milestone has Earthy Companion achieved, like customer members, compost volumes, or media coverage, or audits? Anything you want to share with us?
One of the biggest achievements was our incubation with Manage Hyderabad. We were awarded RKVY-RAFTAAR grant of rupees 20 lakhs. And that has been our biggest acknowledgement of what we have been doing till date.
Yeah, like let's talk about the association of Managed CIA as you're talking. So, how did Earthy Companion connect with Managed CIA?
We got to know it through a friend, and then we actually approached Sarvanan sir, wrote an email to him. He said that we would get back to you. Then, of course, he actually got back to us. Forms have started, and maybe if you want to apply, we applied. It was an amazing experience. Working with Manage actually helped us build our pitch, helped us look at our business differently, helped us get on track where we get to know what things actually matter and how to evolve this business into something that we are looking forward to. Amazing support. That's what I
So,
can say.
like, were there any specific models or session that helped you refine your business model?
The 10-day program at the site was helpful. Some interactions were very helpful, like some interactions with Saravanan sir and Saurabh sir helped a lot. Amit sir helped a lot. And they all were very open, You would go and ask them, suddenly there would be a session, we would start feeling, oh my God, we are nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And we would go back to them asking something. And so giving a realistic picture and what exactly you should focus on, that has helped us. So we know what we are doing, composting. We know what we are doing if we are farming, the connection of farm and compost. But looking at this as a business, we needed help. And that's where I feel Manage helped us. So that's what I can say.
Yeah, so let's talk about the association of yours with farmers, how you are helping them, and how many farmers you have connected till now.
See, we have worked with 5 farmers primarily on whose lands we have used this compost. Out of that, one farmer we are dedicatedly working 8 acres land, which day in day out they are using this compost.
Hmm.
Also, there was one problem like capacity. We were working on 1.5 2 tons per day capacity. Now we are at 3.5 tons. So 50% of the compost we plan to sell. From this point onward, we will start interacting with other farmers.
Okay.
Other than that, we've been interacting with farmer producer organizations. So there is one farmer producer organization, virtual farmer producer organization in Junnar, in Pune. So they have shown a interest in this our service. So they actually wish to invest into a composting plant at their end at a village level. We connect the housing societies to them and run a circular economy model over there. So they are around 900 farmers, farmer producer organizations. We look forward to work with them.
So, what is your vision for scaling at the companion? Are you targeting new geographics or expanding your services?
We would like to actually look to cover at least 50 to 60% of the kitchen waste, the residential kitchen waste in Pune. We would like to integrate similar number of farms around Pune in various directions, make this cluster. So instead of going to other geographies, we would like to establish Pune as a model where it has 10, 15 plants around the city. And we are able to protect all that kitchen waste going back to landfills, convert it into compost, and help farmers use it and improve their soil fertility, increase their income by saving on fertilizer cost, by getting them customers in the urban area where they can market their produce directly to the customers. That's the vision.
Yeah, so lastly, like what message would you give to inspiring founder working to build a circular economy businesses that connect cities and farms?
One should always be aware whether their business is a demand business or not, and based on that you try to plan your resources, would be my input. So when we started, we actually didn't know we knew that the need is there, so we thought, okay, a business can be done around this. But for a business to be valid, there has to be a need and there has to be a demand.
Right.
So even if the kitchen waste demand is there, the kitchen waste management, no one is ready to pay for it, and that delays our expansion, that delays our scalability. So that's one of the biggest challenges, and this is some kind of a challenge which is policy based challenge, something that has to happen at a municipal corporation level or the government level actually. So something that is out of our reach, and then that really draws the battle long, and then sustaining that time becomes difficult. So allocating your resources with that in aware. So evaluate your business, whether it's a need based business and whether for that need people are ready to pay for it. This is my personal experience I would like to share.
Yeah. So, in your view, like how critical are institution like Manage CIA in turning your ideas into scalable venture?
We have been in touch with everyone at Manage, and if we ask for help, we'll get it. Right now, our target is to make our business cash surplus. So we are at a break even. Maybe 6 months down the line, we'll start producing more cash, and that is the time when we'll start looking for investors. That is the time when we would like to interact with farmer producer organizations, and I believe in all this, Manage would support us.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. So, I think we are about to end the session. So, anything you would like to add or share with us?
I guess I said most of the things right now in our podcast, and I would like to thank Manish to give us this opportunity to grow our business. It has played a big role in where we are today. It is actually the biggest support that we have got in our business. Are not a high tech company like having a IT coding or that kind of a thing. We're actually addressing something that at a something that is at the ground level. Then still we want to make it sustainable. We want to make it addressed by technology, and
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your inspiring journey and the incredible work Earthy Companion is doing. From
sure.
waste to food, from city to soil. Your story reminds us that true sustainability starts with the system that benefit both people and the planet, right? So, also
Sure.
for our listener, if this episode sparked idea or curiosity, don't forget to like, share, and follow us. And for more story of impact from the startup ecosystem supported by Manage CIA. Until next time, stay inspired and keep innovating. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you for joining.
Thank you. Thank you so much.